Hey guys, it's your girl Chef Joya, and today on Vegan on a Budget with Compare Foods, we are doing something that I rarely ever do. We're making dessert, and we're doing the best vegan donuts that you've ever had. We're doing a cake donut with 3 different icings, and the reason I chose a cake donut instead of the yeast donut because it's faster. They both are delicious. The cake donut is just pretty much a sweetened dough, which is cakey, and it takes literally probably about 30 minutes from start to finish. And then you have your yeast donut, which takes about 2 hours, and we ain't got time for that. All right, we're gonna start off by adding our flour to the bowl. So we're gonna use all-purpose flour, and we're gonna mix all of our dry ingredients first. So I'm gonna go ahead and also add my baking powder. So this is gonna give the rise of the donut. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add our sugar. So we're gonna add our cane sugar. I'm using raw cane sugar. You can use whatever sugar that you like. So I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon of sea salt, and you can use whatever salt you like. And we're gonna mix our dry ingredients together. All right, we're gonna go ahead and mix our wet ingredients. So we're gonna take our vegan butter, and you can use whatever kind that you like. So we're gonna add that, and you can actually do this in a saucepan and heat it down and melt it down, but I'm gonna pop it in a microwave for 60 seconds, and it's gonna be hot and it's gonna be ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and add my almond milk to this as well, and I decided to use original almond milk, which has a little bit of sugar in here. You can even use vanilla almond milk. You can use whatever plant-based milk you like, but I wouldn't say use oat milk for this because it is pretty heavy. So you can use like a cashew, almond, a soy milk if that's what you choose to use. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add some grapeseed oil, and I'm just gonna use a little bit. You can use sunflower oil, whatever you have on hand, and we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the microwave for about 60 seconds. Let's go. So now we're gonna go ahead and add our mixture in here, our liquid mixture. And this recipe, you don't wanna let your dough sit too long, and the donuts are just the same day. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is add a little bit of flour, and we're gonna take our dough, and we're just gonna add it right onto there. So I'm gonna go ahead and press my dough out, and we want it maybe about a half an inch thick. You don't wanna do it too thick because it's gonna puff up. We have the baking powder in here, so it's gonna puff up really nicely. Before we shape our donuts, we're gonna go ahead and get our oil heated. Now your oil, the donut will soak up a lot of the oil in here, and that's okay. We're using grapeseed oil, which is super light, so you wanna keep that in mind when you choose your frying oil, because best believe the cake donut is gonna soak that all up. And so it's very important to watch your dough. Never leave it unattended because it cooks really fast, and you'll see that literally you put it on 45 seconds on one side, and you flip it to the other side, and it's probably 15 seconds, it's done. So use a whole bottle of oil. All right, so we're gonna just add a little bit more flour. If you need to put a little bit of flour on your hands, that'll help. You can also put a little bit of oil on your hands so the dough doesn't stick too much to your hand. We're just gonna flatten it out some, and then take your fingers, your thumbs, and we're gonna put it right in the middle, and we're gonna make sure we got that nice and neat. And then we're gonna lay it right back on top of our flour surface until it's ready to go into the oil. All right, so we're gonna lay our donuts in the oil. Look at that. And you want to put the same sizes in there, because you want the cook time to be even. So if you have a different size, if they're all the same size perfectly, but I don't put any more than 3 donuts in at a time because I want to be able to watch them and turn them as quickly as possible. And so you can turn them with a spatula or a slotted spoon, which I'm going to end up using, but they're usually ready. You'll see them rise to the top. They'll start to float. So this is a nice golden brown color. It's been about 45 seconds, so we're going to go ahead and turn these. So we're gonna take our donuts out. Now, if you have a wire rack, it's preferred to use a wire rack for this, but if you don't, we're gonna go ahead and use this paper towel. While our donuts are cooling, we're gonna go ahead and start making our 3 icings. We're gonna make a lemon glaze icing, a chocolate pistachio icing, and then we're also gonna make a mango habanero icing. So we're gonna start off with some powdered sugar. We're gonna start off with some lemon juice. You wanna use about a tablespoon, about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So let's get that squeezed in here. I kind of like to mix around at the same time, and you want to make sure you don't make it too thin because if it's too thin, it's going to take a lot longer to set up, and you want a glaze, you know. So that is actually done, and you can even add a little bit of lemon zest to it. So we're done with our first icing. Let's go ahead and do our chocolate pistachio. So we're going to start off with our powdered sugar. I'm going to add that to the bowl. And we're gonna go ahead and add our cocoa. We're using an organic cocoa mix for this. It is unsweetened, so make sure you keep that in mind. When you're adding your sugar, you may need to adjust your sugar, just depending on how sweet or how unsweet you like your item. We're gonna mix our cocoa powder and our powdered sugar together while they're dry, just so it can incorporate better. Next, we're gonna go ahead and add in our plant milk. I am using almond milk, and you can use whatever it is that you like. Now that we have our chocolate glaze complete, we're gonna go ahead and work on our mango habanero. So we're gonna start off by slicing our habaneros, and I'm gonna use the whole thing, okay? But if you can also buy habanero hot sauce or a mango habanero hot sauce and do that part as well. So we're gonna go ahead and cut it. And I like to leave mine a little bit chunky. Now what you can do is also put this in a blender along with your mango pulp. Now the mango pulp you're gonna find in the freezing section in Compare Foods, and you can just defrost it, sit it on the counter. It defrosts in about an hour or two. And we're gonna go ahead and add that to the bowl. Next we're gonna go ahead and add our powdered sugar. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our habanero. Mix this all in here. All right, now we're done. It's time to dip our donuts. All right, it's dipping time. So we're gonna start with making our chocolate pistachio. So we're gonna go ahead and dip this nicely in our chocolate glaze. Then we're gonna go ahead and take our pistachio, and we're just gonna sprinkle it right on here. All right, next is our mango habanero donut. So we're gonna get it all in there. Okay, if you wanna dip both sides, you can, by all means. And then we're gonna take our toasted coconut. Now, our toasted coconut is super easy to make. We just took some sweetened coconut flakes, put it in the oven on 400 for about 6 minutes, and we stirred it in between, and it's ready to go. They're toasted. Now we're gonna frost our lemon glazed donut. It's like, you know how your glazed donut is super simple, but this isn't simple because we got that awesome lemony flavor in here. So we're gonna go ahead and dip it and put it to the side. So it only took about 10 minutes for our glaze to set up, and these babies are perfect, and it is time to try them. I am going in for this mango habanero. It just smells so good. Ooh, it smells hot. It smells good though. You really got it. It's really not that hot. These are really good. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes, and they're super easy to make, and I cannot wait for you to make them. Make sure you let me know what you think about this in the comments below, and like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with Vegan on a Budget. Ciao.